I'm going to be honest with you. We just did both Disney private islands back to back, same trip, same 6 people, same 4 kids, once in December and again here in May. And I walked off one of them thinking, if I had to pick one, which one would it be? If you're choosing on which island to visit on your family Disney cruise, then this is for you. Stick around until the end for this random but necessary fact if you're planning a cruise to the Bahamas in the month of May. All right, quick context before we get into this. Family of 6, ages 6 and under. We sailed on the Disney Fantasy in May, and we hit both islands on the same trip, and we did both islands also on our Maritime cruise, which is a Christmas cruise for you newbies out there, in December 2025. Lookout Cay one day, Castaway Cay the next, back to back. So this isn't I went one time 2 years ago and I'm remembering it kind of a comparison. This is fresh. Now, I've seen a lot of comparison videos. Most of them are just not specific enough for parents. They'll tell you Lookout Cay is more cultural, Castaway Cay is classic Disney. Yes, that is true, but what does that actually mean when you've got extremely picky kids or a toddler who is done with the sun at noon? Or which one is easier for you to manage tired kids? Here's how we're doing this. 5 categories: the beach, the food, the activities for kids, the logistics, because that part matters more than people talk about, and then the family verdict. Which one should your family actually plan for? Okay, the beach. Both islands have genuinely beautiful water, like stupid blue, the kind of blue where you stop and you just take a second because you can't believe how blue it is. I can't get over it. But here's the difference for families and young kids. At Lookout Cay, the beach and the water play area, rush out, gush out, are right next to each other. The water was warm both times we went. First time in December, second time in May. May was noticeably warmer, obviously. If you're going in the winter, don't expect bath water, just a heads up. Might be a little chilly, but still warm. Castaway Cay, also beautiful, also great water, but what Castaway Cay has that Lookout Cay doesn't is scale. It's a bigger island. The family beach is clearly laid out with Pelican Plunge, In the Shades games, and other swimming areas. Things aren't centrally located depending on where you settle. You need to know where you're going. It does have that Disney rhythm where nothing is confusing and everything just works. You show up and you're in vacation mode. Winter for young families, in my opinion, Lookout Cay. That layout with the water play area right there and all 4 kids able to play together, it solved the problem I didn't know I was going to have. For older kids who just want to swim and be left alone, it's honestly a coin flip. Round 2, the food. This is where it gets real. Lookout Cay has True Barbecue and True Barbecue 2. Those are the 2 main spots. Here's what I would tell every parent going. Get there at 11:30 on the dot when they open, because by noon that line is long. We were in and out. Families who showed up later, not so much. Get over there as soon as you can when it opens. Now, the actual food. I was genuinely surprised. The spicy chicken sandwich was amazing. Bread was a little dry, but the chicken itself, chef's kiss. The rotisserie chicken was amazing. Abigail loved that and the spicy chicken. The fruit was fresh. The mac and cheese was nice and creamy. My kids ate everything on their plates. And these are the same kids who could turn down perfectly good meal based on the color of the plate, so that's saying something. Castaway Cay has Cookies Barbecue and Cookies Barbecue 2. But they also have other areas like Conked Out Bar, Heads Up Bar, etc. Also solid food, but roughly the same options. Here's where I have to tell you something. Something I wish I knew someone told me before we pulled up the Castaway Cay. Stay with me, parents, but this can be a deal breaker maybe. There are no fries at Castaway Cay. I know, but they just don't have them there. Lookout Cay has fries, and I'm randomly throwing out a number here, but I'm sure 95% of kids are always down to eat some french fries if there are no other options that look good to them. Why aren't fries at Castaway Cay? I don't know. So just have that conversation with your kids before you get off the ship. Ice cream at both islands. Lookout Cay, the day we were there, banana and strawberry were the flavors. No vanilla. Castaway Cay, vanilla and strawberry. So if your kid is going to have a meltdown over ice cream flavor, now you know what to expect. Pro tip, put the ice cream in a cup and make a float out of it. Maybe even put the vitamin water or Powerade in it to trick your kids into being hydrated just a touch more. Food winner, Lookout Cay, and it's not even close. Activities for families. Lookout Cay has Rush Out, Gush Out, the water play area. I thought it was going to be only for little kids, kind of like on the ship with the Toy Story splash areas and the Nemo Reef on the Disney Fantasy. On the Wish class ships, where it is ages 4 and under, but it's not. You don't need to check your kids in like you do at Scuttle's Cove at Castaway Cay, and that matters because the 2-year-old isn't old enough for Scuttle's Cove at Castaway Cay, but it's because it's part of the kids club on the ship. All 4 of my kids love both the splash area and the beach. You could do both at Castaway Cay, but you're going to be at Spring a Leak, which will entertain my older 2 for a little, but then they want the ocean again. And my wife and I needed to be able to watch them without splitting up the whole family. And we just aren't comfortable leaving them at the beach like that. We have misplaced a child before at Lookout Cay, and all it took was 2 seconds because I said, run to so-and-so, and she ran right by them while I bent down to pick up some stuff, and they thought I still had her. Yes, I'm looking at you, Paisley, looking at you. And that was at Lookout Cay. Castaway Cay is bigger, remember? But Lookout Cay lets you keep everyone entertained. You're not choosing between activities or walking back and forth between options or even dividing and conquering the island. You're just there. Characters at Lookout Cay, Mickey and Minnie usually show up around 10:45 at True True Barbecue, and Donald and Daisy at 11:15. There's also Disney Fun in the Sun Beach Bash at 11 and again at 1. Castaway Cay with Pelican Plunge, in the shade games, and other swimming areas. You know where you're going. Bike rentals, Scuttle's Coves for younger kids, character meet and greets, the famous Castaway Cay 5K if running on vacation is your thing. Castaway Cay has more variety. The island is bigger and there's more to do if you've got older kids who need to be kept busy. Activities winner for simplicity and young kids, Lookout Cay. Water play area plus characters plus that Junkanoo. It's a packed day without feeling overwhelmed. For older kids who want options, Castaway Cay pulls ahead. Parents, logistics matter because we're also on vacation and we want to enjoy ourselves. So Lookout Cay, tip number 1, that apparent dreaded walk. It's roughly a half-mile pier because Disney wanted to preserve the reef and they don't believe in tenders or catamarans to shuttle you to the island. So when you walk off the ship, head towards the island, stay to the left. The right side is the cart path. That's for transportation carts and the food service. It's a no before you go, even though you'll find out quickly when you are politely reminded to stick to your side. And once you reach the end of the pier, you will take a tram to the family side of the island. Castaway Cay. Disney has been running this island for decades, and it shows up much shorter walk, and the tram is there as an option. I typically walk to our stop at Pelican Plunge, but the tram has 3 stops. Stop number 1 is Scuttle's Cove. Stop number 2 is Pelican Plunge. Stop 3 is Serenity Bay, the adult section. The layout is simple. Family beach, adult beach. It's clearly divided. The bike path is obvious. If you've never been to either island and you've got young kids who you're already managing, Castaway Cay is going to feel a little bit more buttoned up logistically. Both offer trams, wagons for kids, and other needs like wheelchairs. Logistics winner, Castaway Cay. Lookout Cay is great, but Castaway Cay has the shorter walk and quicker access to the tram. The kids can manage the shorter walk, seeing the tram. Before we get into the verdict, I'm going to save at least one of you a really frustrating day on the extremely rare chance this happens to you, so pay attention. And this one's wild. If your cruise falls on a Bahamian election day in May, this hit us on ours, Lookout Cay, during the Bahamian holiday, alcohol is not served, not a drop. So keep that in mind if you book a cruise in May. You have to buy it on the ship before you get off. We found this out on the day of. It didn't affect us personally, but they did announce it throughout the ship the night before. It could put a damper on your day a bit. I don't know why this is a rule. I haven't looked deep enough into it, but it is a rule and it does exist. Let me know in the comments below if you know why they don't serve during the holiday. Okay, the verdict. Which island should your family actually plan for? Here's my honest take. Younger kids, 4 and under, Lookout Cay. The water play area, the beach, right next to it, the food, the characters, the Junkanoo. It's everything needed, it's well contained, and it's excellent. Sure, the walk is longer, but they have wagons available. Pro tip, keep in mind on the way back to the boat that they might not be there because all the families that left before you took them. Granted, my opinion might be skewed because we had colder weather one Castaway Cay visit, and the third time we couldn't get in the water because a storm rolled through, knocked some boulders loose to where a pack of 5 to 6 lemon sharks, roughly 6 feet in size, got in. They spent all day trying to catch them, so we're 1 for 3 on a really good day at Castaway Cay, but we are 2 for 2 having amazing days at Lookout Cay. However, I am big on less is more and simplicity. Not to mention, I like knowing my kids have options when it comes to eating because I want them to be in the best mood possible. Mixed ages or older kids who want variety, Castaway Cay might actually have the edge. More to do, more space, more options. And here's the thing, if you're on an itinerary that hits both of them, don't walk into Lookout Cay expecting Castaway Cay 2.0. It's not that, it's something different, and honestly, walking in without that comparison in your head is going to make the day better. Let it surprise you the way it surprised us. Worst case scenario, you get 2 incredible days in the Bahamas with your family. I mean, you can't feel too bad about that one. And we had 2 okay days at Castaway Cay. We still had fun, it just wasn't the fun that we pictured them having. So let me know in the comments, have you ever been to either island? Which one was your family's favorite? I genuinely want to know. And if you want to see what those first day boarding mistakes look like on the Disney Fantasy, because we've made them, obviously, go watch this video right here.